wanted to do something inspired by the Victoria's Secret fashion show. I don't know if you all saw it, but it was last week, I believe. And I always love the way that they do their makeup. It's super natural. They just look like themselves, but a little bit more enhanced. So I kind of took that as inspiration, and then I kind of just transform that into a holiday kind of glam, soft glam look. So this is what I came up with. I hope you guys enjoy the tutorial. I'll make sure to list everything down below, and let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and start by priming our lids. So I'm going to be using this one from Wet n Wild from the Fergie line. It's a shimmery shadow base. I really like it. You can use this all on its own if you want a really simple look for daytime, and you can just blend it into the crease. So apply that onto your lower lid, and then I went in with my Conitnously Almond shadow stick from Jordana, and I just covered up any redness underneath my brows and into my crease. For the lid, we're going to be using a bronzy shade. This one's from Estee Lauder, but you can use any bronzy shade that you have. If you have the Urban Decay Naked palette, the color Smog is really similar to this. It's just a little more golden. So if you have that, go ahead and use that and just apply it onto your lid with a flat shader brush and slightly blend it into your crease a little bit. And then go ahead and pick up any vanilla matte shadow that you have, and you're going to apply this right underneath your brow bone. And I also like to bring this into my crease to help me blend out my crease color in a little bit. Next, I'm going to be taking this caramel kind of bronzy matte shade. You can also use your face bronzer to do this, but just go ahead and buff that into your crease. And we're not going for a super defined crease, but we do want to add a little bit of definition and shape to the eye. And then I went ahead and switched over to a clean brush just to buff everything and make it look really seamless. Now we're going to apply a champagne shadow, and this one's from Elizabeth Mott. I'm so sorry if you guys are tired of seeing me use this. As you can tell, I absolutely love this. I've already hit pan. But if you have something similar, like the color Sin from the Naked palette or Steela's Kitten, you can apply that on the inner third of the eye. It's going to add a really nice glow. And then just flip your brush over and blend it with that bronzy shade. Moving on to the inner corner highlight, you want to pick something that's really pearly and intense. This is a pigment from NYX that I pressed myself, and it's just a really pearly white shadow that I like to use to really add a nice glow, and I think it goes with the whole Victoria's Secret inspired makeup look. They always have these really glowy eyes, so it's going to make your eyes pop and open up. And then for the lashes, I couldn't tell if they were wearing falsies. I'm sure that they were maybe individual ones, but it looked really natural. So I just doubled up on these Everlash ones to make them look fuller. And I was having the worst time putting on these lashes because the glue I'm going to show you in a minute does not work. Do not buy it. Don't waste your money. It's from Kiss, and it's just terrible. It doesn't work. My eyelashes were peeling off at the end of the video, and I didn't have any other glue. So don't buy this one. It's not good. And then I also went ahead and primed my face with this 5-second blur from Garnier. And I just like to use this to blur out my pores, which are pretty huge. And I mainly apply this toward the center of my face and on my chin. For foundation, I mixed the Estee Lauder Double Wear with my Maybelline Fitme, and it gives you the best of both. You get the dewy, lightweight finish of the Maybelline Fitme, and then you get the more full coverage and matte finish of the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and it kind of balances everything out. So you end up with a satin finish, and throughout the day, this does look a little bit more dewy, and I really like it for these type of looks. And then of course I went in and filled in my brows very lightly. I didn't show it very much because I didn't do a whole lot to my brows except brush them through and then just apply a little bit of brow powder. The Victoria's Secret models' brows are always really natural, so don't go too heavy with the filling them in or anything. Just keep it really light and more on the natural side. Now we're going to move on to concealing and highlighting. I'm going to be using my Instant Age Rewind Concealer from Maybelline. This is in the color Light, and I apply this underneath my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my forehead and on my chin, and then I like to go in with my Beauty Blender. I love this thing. I've been using it non-stop every day because it picks up any extra product that you apply onto your face and blends everything so nicely, and it makes your skin look like your skin without looking like you have tons of makeup caked on your face. And then we're going to set everything into place, and I'm using my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in Translucent, and I'm just going to kind of press this into my face to set the concealer and the foundations. No Victoria's Secret inspired makeup look is complete without piling on the bronzer, so I'm going to be using my Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. This is in light to medium, and I'm using a really light hand and applying this in layers and building it up. And I'm also going to be using a really big fluffy brush. I believe this one's from Sephora, and I'm just with a really light hand swirling this all over my face where the sun would naturally hit me to give me that bronzy skin. Then I decided to layer this Wet n Wild bronzer on top. I wanted a nice glow onto my face, but I don't recommend this if you're very fair. And as you can see right here, it has a really orangey undertone, which is not nice for fair skin tones. It looks really fake on your skin. It doesn't kind of blend nicely and look more natural. So I went back to my original bronzer brush. I just dusted it off and tried to blend that as best as I could to get some of that oranginess off. I've been in love with this blush from Tarte in the color Captivating. It's the most beautiful blush. It goes with so many different looks. It has a peachy pink finish to it and has a little bit of a pinky kind of pearly glow. I know I'm not making sense right now, but it has a nice natural glow on the skin when you apply it. And I'm using an angled brush and just buffing that into my bronzer just to give me a nice kind of wash of color on there so I don't look too bronzy. And then for some disco ball moment here, I'm going to be applying my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. I forgot to film a close-up, but that's what I'm using on my cheekbones. And I'm using a dual fiber brush to kind of give me a light application of this and applying this all over the cheek. This part is optional, but I like to add some definition to my lower lash line. But instead of going with a black pencil liner, I'm going to be using a brown one. It's going to look a lot softer. And I'm applying the smallest amount of this to the lower lash line on the outer portion of it. And then I'm going to take a pencil brush and lightly buff this really close to my lash line. I don't want it to be 100% visible. I just wanted to add the definition to my eye to give it some shape without it being very detectable. So I'm just going to buff that out with this pencil brush. And to finish off the eyes, I'm going to go back with that NYX pigment and reapply it on the inner corners of my eyes. Finally, we're going to move on to the lips, and I'm going to be using this lip pencil from NYX. It's just a really soft mauve shade that's very similar to my lip color, and I'm just going to be using this to define the shape of my lips. I'm not going to overdraw them or anything. I'm just giving my lips some definition and some shape to them. To fill in the lips, I'm going to be using Primrose from Revlon. It's a cream finish lipstick, and I love this shade. I've been using it for over a week now since I bought it. It's just a really beautiful soft pink and looks very natural, and it goes perfect with this Victoria's Secret look. And then to give the lips a nice glossy shine, because of course they always have glossy lips, I'm going to be using Lilac Glove from Almay, and it's just going to give a nice finish to the whole look. For the hair, all I did was use one of those curling wands and then pinned each individual curl up into a pin curl and let my hair set. Once it was completely cold, then I let down the curls and I just used my hands to finger comb through it. And I just wanted kind of like big fluffy hair. I did have to use some dry shampoo because this is 3-day-old hair, so it was a little bit flat, but it was just a really simple hair and makeup look. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and this is the finished look. It for today's makeup tutorial. If you guys have any questions or anything, just leave it down below in the comment section. I'll also make sure to list all of the products that I used in today's video in the description box as always. If you haven't subscribed already, I would really appreciate it if you do. And if you want to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, it's also linked down below. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you really soon with a new video. Bye!